Beastars is about a grey wolf named Legoshi trying to rescue a rabbit from a dangerous gang of lions. There's also a really awkward hotel scene, but, you know, just push through it. Louis is having a nightmare about a dungeon and the number 4. He talks about how that number scarred him, and he turns out he has it branded onto his foot. This is because when he was a child, he was a product item in an area of the black market where they sold children as cattle, and 4 was his product ID number. And even though he was 5 years old, he didn't even know how to speak. That's really messed up. One day, an adult deer came in and bought him. He takes him up an elevator and throws him into a room full of carnivores and just gives him a knife to defend himself. What the actual hell? But instead of defending himself, he decides he's better off killing himself instead, so the adult pulls him back into the elevator. What is this guy's deal?
I am Ogma, the Horns Group president.
First off, I'm pretty sure his name is pronounced Ogma. Second, it's the Horns conglomerate, not the Horns Group. How hard is that to get right? Anyway,
I wasn't blessed with children, but from here on out, you will live as my biological son.
I mean, that's sad and all, but it doesn't excuse him from being a racist asshole. They then remember that Tem existed, and Louis swears to change the world so that he didn't die in vain. So Legoshi is walking down the hallway, sees Louis, and hides. How did he get in there? This leopard tries to attack Louis, but Legoshi stops him. I guess a bunch of carnivores are trying to kill him in order to prevent him from becoming the next Beastar. I don't really care about that, I just want them to succeed so this terrible character will be gone. So Legoshi decides he's going to give up on Hadu and focus all his attention on protecting Louis because Louis's been so nice to him so far. At the festival area, Legoshi tries to confess to Hadu that he loves her, but she just makes up excuses to interrupt him.
Are you ignoring me on purpose?
What was your first clue? They then agree to meet the next day at the festival to talk about it. Hadu is alone and thinking about what her and Legoshi talked about, and someone grabs her and runs off, but at least they left a shoe. Now they get it right. Anyway, these three find Hadu's shoe and a black card and report it to this guy. I guess this card belongs to a gang called the Shishigumi, and then the mayor comes in and says that he's gonna take care of it. But instead he decides screw it and rips up the card. And Legoshi overhears these three talking about it. I guess the Shishigumi is a gang of lions, and they kidnap herbivores in order to feed them to their boss. So no one expects the lion mayor might be a part of this somehow? No? Okay. These three are trying to restrain Hadu, and in comes their boss, who looks like crap. I seriously hate his character design. He then takes her to his room, and this creep starts talking to her about school and stuff, and then makes her take off all her clothes. Back at the festival, the mayor is telling Louis what happened, and that they're gonna have to keep it a secret in order to protect the public from panicking or something. He then starts monologuing about how he spent a bunch of money on plastic surgery and had his fangs removed to help himself appear more friendly in order to become the mayor. And that he will erase Louis' black market file if he agrees to keep what happened a secret. And he sort of agrees, but he was still kind of forced to. As Louis is leaving the tent, Legoshi finds him and tries to convince him to help him save Hadu. But Louis just says it happens all the time and starts walking away. So they get into an argument, and Legoshi gets super pissed and just decks him. Finally, someone had to do it. They then get into a fight, and after it's broken up and they're separated, Legoshi says that if Louis is just going to focus on becoming the Beastar and not save Hadu, then he will. He goes off and follows Hadu's scent to the black market, and he starts asking around about the Shishigumi, but everyone just acts all nervous and ignores him. Until he finally finds these two who agree to take him there. So these nice gentlemen take him to an alleyway and rob him, but Going rescues him.
Panda! I told you it's Gohi, not Panda.
I feel like that's disrespectful, but yet it's kind of funny. Legoshi explains what he's doing, and Going tries to talk him out of it, but he goes anyway. And then immediately gets caught. This guy talks way too long, instead of just shooting him like a good villain, which gives Legoshi time to figure out that he was one of the guys who kidnapped Hadu, so he attacks him and shoots his ear off. Yep, he's turning into a psycho. But he still sucks at fighting, so Going comes in and kills this guy, and decides to help Legoshi rescue Hadu. So they rush in and start fighting all these lions as they work their way up the building. It's pretty awesome, but there's no way they would ever make it. But apparently Hadu's scent gives him strength or something, I don't know. Meanwhile, Hadu is reflecting on her terrible life choices and thinking about what she learned growing up.
If anything happens, you'll be the first to die.
Well, that's some blunt honesty, but apparently it's not wrong. She then starts thinking about Louis, but finds herself thinking about Legoshi instead. I guess the boss is being a creep because having her humiliated makes her taste better or something. But Hadu says that she's content, and then she just kicks the cane out from under him and starts telling him off. Seriously, what is wrong with his character design? Anyway, he's about to eat her when Legoshi bursts in.
You're an idiot!
She's right about that. Meanwhile, back at the school, Kibby and Dom go to Legoshi's dorm looking for him, and Jack notices that Legoshi's pet beetle died.
This is a bad omen.
What gave you that idea? They're fighting while Legoshi thinks about everyone figuring out why they were born what they are, and then he bites the crap out of this guy's neck. Yep, he's a full-on psycho. Then him and Haru leave together. Wait, did Going just leave without checking if they were okay? Well, this guy's still alive and he's about to shoot Legoshi, but Louis comes in and saves him. Yep, this is the theme of this show. But there's no way he's going Oh. On the plus side, I won't ever have to look at this terrible character design again, so I guess he did something kind of nice. And these two run in, so now he's going to die. Or at least I can hope. Legoshi and Haru go to the market to get something to eat, but wasn't Legoshi robbed earlier?
You even hide emergency funds in your shoe.
Yeah. When I was still little, my grandpa said to do that.
Oh, okay. That's pretty smart. The last train that goes back to the school is gone, so now they have to find a hotel. You see where this is going? Then there's a scene where he confesses to her that he was the one who almost ate her the night he met her. Yeah, this part gets kind of weird, but nothing really happens, so just push through it. The next day, they get back to school, and Legoshi is getting yelled at for spending the night outside of school, but screw the whole Shishigumi thing, I guess. Juno comes in to check on him, and there's more of him rejecting her. Then Haru shows up, but tries to leave when she sees Juno, and Juno chases her down the hallway. Great, now Juno's gonna eat her.
I don't need to cheapen myself.
Well, I guess not. That night, at the Meteor Festival, Legoshi and Haru are trying to have a nice moment, but Juno ruins it by announcing to everyone what he did and forcing him to go on stage with her. After talking about how carnivores only want to use their strength to protect herbivores, which is a bunch of crap, she then drags him to some fire lighting ceremony. This gets Haru upset, so she leaves, but Legoshi ditches Juno and goes after her, and he tells her that he loves her. Isn't that nice? I don't care. It then shows everyone packing up stuff at the school and getting ready for summer break, and then it kind of blows right past it.
Hey, Legacy, how was your summer?
I didn't get to eat any watermelon.
What?
Seriously, what? And oh no, Louis is missing. Please God, let it be forever. And we get the season 2 teaser. So I guess next season we get to find out who killed Tem. Bill. It was Bill. The first season of this is great. It does a fantastic job setting up the world and characters and showing the conflict between carnivores and herbivores. I mean, it just opens with, by the way, sometimes carnivores eat herbivores, and apparently no one really cares since there's no investigation or anything. It's not shown as a positive thing, but it just comes off as just, oh, this is something that happens sometimes. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, with both dealing with someone who killed a student in the school and seeing what life is really like outside the confines of a school campus later on. There aren't really any new voice actors or characters aside from a few Shishigumi members that have a few lines and the boss. Kyle Herbert, who also voices Sanyu, does alright as a Shishigumi boss. He has a good voice for sounding like a mob boss, but it almost sounds like he's trying to make it more of a monologue than actually talking to a person. The character designs of the lions are hit and miss too. I think it's because they screwed up the baseline for what a lion looks like by having the first main one shown be the mayor, who had plastic surgery and his fangs removed. They should have shown something with the Shishigumi first, like maybe these three planning the kidnapping. I also find it odd that their solution for the temples of the glasses is to just not have them, which makes me kinda wonder how they stay on the animal's face. The boss's character design just bothers me though. I think it's because of the white patches around his eyes and that his mane looks more like regular hair than a lion's mane. At least I never have to look at him again, so that kind of worked out. Hopefully next season we'll show more of the outside world and less parts you have to push through. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.